I'm Dee Mae Series, one of the Becker County Master Gardeners.
I'm Catherine Weisenberger, and I'm also one of the Becker County Extension Master Gardeners.
Today we're going to be talking about container gardening.
Today we're going to basically give you a really basic way of putting a garden together. And why containers? Well, you may not have the yard space, you may have poor soil, you may be new to gardening, or you may have physical mobility issues.
And as far as what can be put in a container, just about anything can be in a container. You could do vegetables, you can do flowers. Containers can be beautiful. Sometimes they're just profusions of flowers. Sometimes they can be functional. You could plant some of your food in a container, or they could be just plain whimsical, just kind of fun.
Some of the different kinds of conventional plantings can be things even like if you see downtown Detroit Lake. So they call those thriller, fillers, and spillers. The thrill is the big piece that's coming out of the middle. The spillers is the things that are cascading downside of the containers. And then also the filler is the things that are filling up in the inside of the container.
You don't have to follow any rules, really, though. You plant what you want and what your goals are for the container gardening.
Another thing to be sure that you remember with your containers is the drainage. And I'm going to give you an example here. Here is a container, and if you look at the bottom, you can see that there's probably going to be a hole. If there's not a hole, you may want to drill a hole if it's that suitable material. But this one particularly has a hole that you can pull out of.
So containers can be just about anything, any material, an old pair of boots, what do they call those things? The queer, they're the shredded coconut. It could be that, it could be regular pots, it could be plastic pots. But the most important thing, like Catherine said, is drainage, and also to make sure that you have enough room for the roots of the plant that you're putting in there.
Another very, very important aspect of planting containers is the soil. Be sure that you're not planting your pots or your plants into regular garden soil. Try to get a mixture that is made for container gardens. It's more fluffy. It's got nutrients already added to it. Maybe less watering has to be added to a container garden from that type of soil. So soil is very important.
Containers are kind of nice, like we mentioned before, if you don't have a yard or you don't have much space, or if you have mobility issues. Containers can be just about anywhere. They can be on a little table, they can be on a cart so that you can access them from a wheelchair. They can be up on a surface so that you don't have to bend over or be on your knees if that's an issue for you. They can be on your deck railing. They can be just about anywhere.
Okay, so what we're going to do is make sure that your container has that drainage. And then we're going to add, this is a particular kind of soil for your succulents. It's a mixture of more sand, more granular kind of things, so it's going to be more suitable for those succulents that don't need to be watered as often. So we're going to start with putting a certain, just maybe about this much soil in there. Dee Mae, you want to
Sure.
do me the honors of?
Sure. So when you have a pot that you purchase, like this one, you don't want to try to pull things out. What you want to do is tip it upside down, give it a smack or a squeeze, and wait until it falls out. Yeah, right. Okay. So that's that. And then you can place it in your container however you see fit. These are hens and chicks, and they can be separated. We'll kind of snug those in. This is another succulent. One of the things that you want to remember about container planting is you should group things that need similar lighting and similar watering. And these are all good because they like it dry and they like it sunny.
I don't know how many of you are familiar with hen and chicks. Some of them are zoned in a 3, which means you can keep them out during the winter, in our winter in Minnesota.
Move this over here. Smush that in there.
Smush this one in here. Some of these are kind of growing their little chicks already. That's why they call them hen and chicks. They just grow off of each other.
So when you plant a container, the important thing is to water it well and make sure the plants are in the lighting that they require.
Now we're going to continue to fill in, as we didn't know how much dirt we are actually going to need after we put in our plants. So you just kind of turn your pot, Add a little bit more soil. Kind of shake it a little bit to kind of move that other dirt around.
And then we'll water it in well to be sure that the roots are in contact with the soil. And then it'll be ready for your enjoyment. Thanks for tuning in.
Happy planting!